What was ruined by rich people? Story 1. There used to be a really nice big park in the center of the city where I live. Everyone would go there. It was a nice open space. Take your kids, take your dogs, enjoy the fresh air. Then some people from the rich part of town, along the edges of the park, decided that they didn't like the noise coming from the park and pulled some bullshit to bite it out and ward it off. So you couldn't go to the park unless you lived in that specific neighborhood anymore. The worst part is, a ton of money was spent when they first bought it, building it up, adding fountains, children's play areas, and redoing the flower beds. And then no money or attention was given to it again, and the whole place fell into disrepair. So now, even if you live in the neighborhood, you can't go there because everything is falling apart and overgrown. So the asshole took the really nice part from everyone else and then neglected it until it became a shithole in the middle of the city. Story 2. Some of the country bus racetracks have dealt with this similar thing. Track gets built out in the boonies. Boonies get bought and rich folk move in. Complain about track noise. Sometimes gets the track shut down. Personally, I believe it was here first regarding things like parks and racetrack should exist to stop this from happening. Story 3. Back in the 90s, my family moved into a development in a mountain town. The road wasn't even paved when we started building the house. For most of my formative years, it was great. It would bypass through the woods and some bridges over the lakes, and it got stationed with a shady pizza place. Lakes you couldn't swim in or use motorboats on, and there would be block parties every summer. It was a middle-class development with some upper and lower middle class as well. Then the houses started to go up and the rich folks moved in. They blocked off the bike trails when they built their homes near them. Complained about the usual shenanigans the adults and kids got into. Capture the flag at 9 p.m. Nope, not anymore. The goose would get cold. Then they ruined the block parties by moving them to their cul-de-sac and ending them early. No 2 hamburgers cooked by drunk dads who snuck off and got stoned with the teens. No furring the cannon my granddad built. No water balloon fight, and instead of DJs, we got the joy of music from their 3 convertibles tuned to WSUK. Also, the neighbors that were cool before started becoming sycophants. Oh, and they have funded an effort to make the lake swimmable, ruined the fishing, and unfinished. So no swimming or fishing. Story 4. My wife and I follow a TikTok account of this guy who just goes into various thrift stores to show how absurd it is. My window handle for a $99.5 graduation party, $8.99 used stick of deodorants, and $4.99 used birthday candles taped backed up in original packaging that was sold at Dollar General brand new for $3. You can snap those up for $4.99 at Goodwill. Story 5. It's off-topic for the original post, but I feel compelled to have a rant about the current state of op shops, thrift store. They've been ruined by artificial fashion. I didn't visit an op shop for about a year during COVID, and when I revisited, my old thrift shops was well overstocked with overpriced chain crap because the old ladies who volunteer to sell clothes don't know just how cheap and shady it is. The op shop, where a volunteer has a long list of brands they wouldn't resell, so at least there's no shame on the shelves, but it still gets donated, and it mostly just is thrown away. Some will be made into rags, but a lot of the fabrics are so cheap, I doubt they even good for that. So people are buying plastic clothes, maybe people who are almost surely being exploited, having those clothes shipped across the planet just to try them on, and realize they don't fit right. They never fit right, or well-fitting clothes take time and money. And then they drop them off to the op shop, which probably makes them feel like they're doing something good, but all they're doing is making someone else get rid of their trash.